Africa, home to 1.4 billion people, is committed to strengthening and improving access to sustainable and equitable water, sanitation and hygiene services. An important milestone in achieving Africa's sanitation and hygiene goals can be traced to 2002 when the Africa San movement was launched at the inaugural Africa San Conference. In 2008, the objectives of the movement were crystallized by the eThekwini Declaration and Africa San Action Plan. At the onset of the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda in 2015, a step change was necessitated to assure the delivery of safely managed sanitation and hygiene services. Hence, the Ngor Declaration on Sanitation and Hygiene for motivating action to achieve related targets of SDG 6. Since then, a monitoring framework to track member states' progress to achieve the Ngor commitments has been operationalized. Every 2 years, the Ngor Report is published. The report informs decision-making on necessary interventions to stay the course in achieving sanitation and hygiene goals in Africa. The 2023 edition of the Ngor Report reflects the collective efforts of 40 reporting member states of the African Union. The report's highlights indicate a reduction in inequalities in access to sanitation and hygiene services. In addition, the prioritization of sanitation and hygiene services has improved in national development planning processes. Out of the 40 reporting countries, 14 have monitoring frameworks that support the linking of sanitation and hygiene data to national development plans and strategies. The progress report is not without its challenges. A worrisome trend is observed in Africa's quest to achieve an open defecation-free status. Information provided by member states indicates a regression of up to 6% from the gains reported in 2019. Focus is also required to strengthen governance systems and enable the environment to consolidate achievements to date. There is an urgent need for all member states to establish sustainability evaluation frameworks, align policies with legislation, increase sanitation budgets, and ensure the safe disposal of wastewater. It is imperative that we strengthen systems and partnerships to translate sanitation, hygiene, and related commitments into action at the community level. African Union member states are committed to providing leadership to institute functional mechanisms for lasting impact. The African Sanitation Policy Guidelines provide an invaluable tool for strengthening policy environments to deliver sustainable and resilient water, sanitation, and hygiene services. Within the framework of pursuing the African Union Agenda 2063, AMCOW, in collaboration with our various partners, will set the agenda, facilitate experience sharing, promote appropriate technologies, and apply information and knowledge resources. Let us all join this movement. Let us continue to work together towards achieving national, continental, and global targets for safely managed sanitation and hygiene services for all. Action to achieve the Ngor commitments begins with each one of us. We are all called to play our individual and collective roles to eliminate inequalities in access and use of sanitation and hygiene facilities, mobilize support and resources at the highest level, establish and track sanitation budget lines, ensure strong leadership and coordination, bridge the human resource capacity gap, ensure equitable and inclusive sanitation services, achieve waste treatment and reuse, enable private sector engagement, establish monitoring and review systems, engage in the Africa SAN process.